A hush fell over the delivery room, broken only by the soft beeping of monitors. Suddenly, a piercing cry shattered the silence. A new life had entered the world, tiny yet miraculous. The baby's eyes fluttered open, searching for her first glimpse of light. Her mother cradled her close, skin to skin, their heartbeats synchronizing. Instinctively, the infant's fingers wrapped around her mother's, a wordless plea. "Don't let go." In that moment, love blossomed anew, pure and unconditional. This fragile being, so dependent yet so powerful, had the strength to reshape an entire universe. As mother and child gazed at each other, time seemed to stand still. The world outside faded away, leaving only this perfect connection. In her daughter's eyes, the mother saw endless possibilities, dreams yet to be dreamed. And in her mother's embrace, the baby found her first home, safe and cherished. Don't forget to like, subscribe, watch the next videos, and hit the bell icon. Thanks for your support. In a humble hut, a baby boy was born. His first year passed without the luxury of toys, only an old blanket to shield him from the cold. Yet he found joy in the simplest things, giggling at shadows dancing on the wall. His mother's gentle lullabies soothed him through long, chilly nights. Despite the harsh conditions, his innocent smile brought a glimmer of hope to those around him. As he took his first steps, poverty became his constant companion. But in his eyes shone a light that defied his circumstances. This child's story reminds us that true happiness isn't found in material possessions. It's in the warmth of a mother's love, the magic of imagination, and the resilience of the human spirit. Before we complain about what we lack, perhaps we should appreciate the blessings we often overlook. Don't forget to like, subscribe, watch the next videos, and hit the bell icon. Thanks for your support. At the tender age of 3, a young boy had no toys to call his own. One day, he stumbled upon a broken stick lying on the ground. With eyes wide with wonder, he grasped it tightly, imagining it as a mighty sword. In his small hands, the stick became a powerful weapon, slashing at shadows dancing on the wall. While other children played with shiny cars and pretty dolls, this boy had only his imagination. But in his mind, he was a brave hero, battling fierce dragons and rescuing princesses. The stick became his constant companion, his most treasured possession. As he grew older, the boy never forgot the magic of that simple stick. It taught him that true happiness comes not from material things, but from within. Sometimes the most precious gifts are the ones we create ourselves. Don't forget to like, subscribe, watch the next videos, and hit the bell icon. Thanks for your support. At 4, hunger was his constant companion. Each night he lay in bed, his stomach's growls drowning out his own whimpers. Yet he closed his eyes peacefully, dreaming of bread and milk. His mother's gentle voice whispered, "Tomorrow will be better." But tomorrow came and hunger remained. It became an unwelcome part of his childhood, etching itself into his memories. As he grew, he learned to find solace in small joys. A half slice of bread felt like a feast. A cup of watered-down milk tasted like nectar. He savored every morsel, grateful for what little he had. Years later, success found him. Yet he never forgot those hungry nights. They taught him compassion, resilience, and the value of hope. Now he helps others, ensuring no child goes to bed with an empty stomach. Remember, even in our darkest moments, hope can nourish our souls. One day, a young boy stood outside a school, watching silently as children rushed inside with books and bags. He had no pencil, no backpack, but his eyes were filled with longing. As the class began, he crept closer to the window, straining to hear the teacher's words. Each lesson, each explanation touched his heart deeply. He imagined himself sitting at a desk, learning and growing. Though he couldn't join them, he absorbed every bit of knowledge that drifted through the open window. Days turned to weeks, and still he returned, his thirst for learning unquenched. The boy's determination grew stronger with each passing day. He dreamed of the day he too could step inside, hold a book, and write his own story. In that moment, standing outside looking in, he realized that knowledge was his most precious dream. Before you take education for granted, think about it. Maybe you are the one who is truly fortunate. By the river's edge, a young boy played each day, his laughter echoing across the water. With tattered clothes and wet feet, he gathered small stones, his eyes bright with hope. One day he'd say, "I'll build a house." The river was his playground, his sanctuary, his dream. As the sun warmed his skin, he He'd skip stones across the surface, each ripple carrying his aspirations further. His clothes may have been worn, but his spirit was unbreakable. Dreams floated alongside him, buoyed by the current of his determination. In this simple act of play, a profound truth emerged. The boy's joy wasn't in what he lacked, but in what he imagined. His hope, like the river, flowed endlessly. He reminded us that true wealth lies not in possessions, but in the richness of our dreams and the resilience of our spirit. Before you judge someone's circumstances, remember, hope can flourish even in the most unlikely places. A young boy received a pair of old shoes from a kind neighbor. They were worn and oversized, but he wore them with pride. As he laced them up, he felt a surge of excitement. He ran outside, his feet feeling lighter than ever before. The boy raced down the street faster than he had ever run. Wind rushed through his hair as he sprinted, a wide grin spreading across his face. Breathless and beaming, he burst through the front door. "Mom, look!" he exclaimed, pointing to his feet. His mother's eyes sparkled as she smiled warmly. In those tattered shoes, the boy stood tall, filled with a newfound sense of dignity. Sometimes the most precious gifts come in unexpected packages. It's not about the value of what we receive, but the love behind it that truly matters. A simple act of kindness can change a life forever. Don't forget to like, subscribe, watch the next videos, and hit the bell icon. Thanks for your support. In a dimly lit room, a young boy sat hunched over a tattered notebook. The darkness enveloped him, but his mother's gentle hand placed a flickering candle beside him. As the flame danced, casting shadows on the walls, he leaned in closer, his eyes fixed on every word. The candle became his sun, illuminating not just the pages, but his dreams of wisdom. Each night he'd return to this ritual, his determination burning as brightly as the flame before him. He knew that knowledge was the key to a brighter future, and he was willing to strain his eyes in the soft glow to grasp it. In that humble setting, surrounded by darkness, the boy found his light. The candle's warmth mirrored the fire in his heart, fueling his passion for learning. Little did he know, these quiet moments would shape his destiny, turning him into the wise person he longed to become. Don't forget to like, subscribe, watch the next videos, and hit the bell icon. Thanks for your support. He stood there, eyes burning with determination, a young boy in tattered clothes. "I will escape this poverty," he whispered to the night sky. "I will change my family's life." His heart swelled with courage, believing in tomorrow's light despite the darkness around him. Childhood had given him pain, but it also forged his strength. Each struggle became a stepping stone, each setback a lesson. He dreamed of a better future, not just for himself, but for those he loved. Years passed, filled with hard work and unwavering resolve. Finally, the day came when he could say, "We made it." His family's life had indeed changed, lifted from the depths of poverty. Looking back, he realized his childhood dream had birthed a lifelong dreamer. The fire in his eyes never dimmed. The courage in his heart never wavered. He had become living proof that with determination and hope, even the most impossible dreams can come true. In a small village, there lived a boy named Samir. His shoes were torn, but his eyes sparkled with curiosity. Every night, he would climb the hill with his only book and a small lantern, reading under the stars. The villagers laughed at his dedication, but Samir knew that knowledge would illuminate his future. One day, the village teacher left, leaving the children without guidance. Samir, armed with his well-worn book, stepped up to teach the younger kids. The same people who once mocked him now watched in awe as he shared his wisdom. Years passed, and Samir became a respected teacher in the city. He returned to his childhood hill, wearing new shoes but carrying the same old lantern. As he sat there, he remembered the poor boy who once sought light in the darkness. Samir smiled, realizing that the greatest lessons come from unexpected places, and that true wealth lies not in our possessions, but in our ability to inspire others. One night, a young boy stumbled upon an old lantern in the depths of a forest. Curiosity sparked. He lit the lantern, revealing a hidden path bathed in soft golden light. Without hesitation, he followed the mysterious glow deeper into the woods, his heart pounding with excitement. The path led him to a tiny, sparkling lake he had never seen before. In its crystal-clear waters, stars seemed to dance like fireflies, casting a magical spell on the boy. Mesmerized, he whispered a wish, and the lake shimmered even brighter in response. As dawn broke, the boy awoke with a newfound courage in his heart. The enchanting experience had awakened something within him, a belief in his own inner light. From that day forward, he carried the memory of the lantern and the lake, a reminder that magic exists in the most unexpected places. Little did he know, the true lantern was the light within himself, guiding him towards a brighter future. In a quiet mountain village, a young boy lived a simple life. One stormy night, disaster struck as the bridge connecting the village to the nearest town was destroyed. The villagers were left isolated with no way to call for help. As despair settled over the community, the boy stepped forward, volunteering to brave the treacherous forest alone. Armed with only a stick and his unwavering courage, he set out into the darkness. Thunder crashed and rain poured as he navigated through eerie shadows and unfamiliar terrain. His heart raced with every step, but he pressed on, driven by the need to save his village. After a grueling night-long journey, the exhausted boy finally reached the town. He shared his village's plight and help was swiftly dispatched. Thanks to his bravery, the village was saved from isolation and potential hardship. Before you doubt yourself, remember, even the smallest among us can make the biggest difference. Courage knows no age. One day, a young boy was walking near the market when he spotted a scruffy dog. Its fur was matted and dirty, and its eyes held a sadness that tugged at the boy's heart. Without hesitation, he reached into his pocket and pulled out his lunch. The boy tore off a piece of bread and offered it to the hungry animal. Grateful for the kindness, the dog followed the boy home, its tail wagging with newfound hope. From that moment on, they became inseparable companions. Together, they explored sun-drenched fields and splashed in cool rivers. The loyal dog stood guard, protecting the boy from any danger that lurked nearby. In return, the boy gave the dog a loving family and a place to call home. Their bond grew stronger with each passing day, a testament to the power of compassion and the unexpected friendships that can change our lives forever. In a small village, a young boy with tousled hair and bright eyes spent his days tinkering with discarded objects. He collected old cans, tangled wires, and broken toys, seeing potential where others saw trash. One sunny afternoon, he emerged from his makeshift workshop, cradling a tiny metal bird in his hands. As he set it down, the villagers gathered, curious but skeptical. Suddenly, the bird's wings fluttered, catching the sunlight. Gasps of amazement replaced laughter as the mechanical creature took flight. The boy's eyes sparkled with pride and dreams of future inventions. "This is just the beginning," he declared, his voice filled with determination. "I'll build even bigger things one day." As the villagers clapped and cheered, the boy's heart soared higher than his creation. He knew that with imagination and perseverance, nothing was impossible. Don't forget to like, subscribe, watch the next videos, and hit the bell icon. Thanks for your support. At 2, he took his first steps, tiny feet meeting the harsh ground. Sharp stones nipped at his toes, yet he never wailed. He shadowed his mother, stumbling but always rising again with determination. Life's early lessons were teaching him resilience. As he grew, challenges multiplied. School brought new hurdles. Friendships tested his heart, and family struggles weighed heavily. But he remembered those first steps, how he'd pushed through pain to keep moving forward. In adulthood, he faced job losses, heartbreaks, and moments of doubt. Yet that early courage never left him. He stood tall, weathering each storm with quiet strength. Now, as he watches his own child take those first wobbly steps, he smiles. He knows the path ahead won't always be smooth, but he's ready to guide those little feet, just as life guided his. Don't forget to like, subscribe, watch the next videos, and hit the bell icon. Thanks for your support. In a small village, a poor boy stumbled upon a locked gate hidden behind overgrown vines. Curiosity sparked. He pushed it open, revealing a secret garden bathed in moonlight. Flowers glowed like stars, their petals shimmering with an otherworldly beauty. Mesmerized, he plucked a single bloom, and to his amazement, it whispered his name. From that moment, the garden became his sanctuary, a place where dreams took flight. Each night he'd slip away, confiding his deepest wishes to the luminous flowers. They listened without judgment, offering silent comfort when the world felt too heavy to bear. As days turned to weeks, the boy found strength in this magical refuge. The flowers' gentle glow reminded him that even in darkness, hope could bloom. He carried their whispered encouragement in his heart, facing each day with renewed courage. In this secret garden, a poor boy discovered the richest treasure of all, the power of dreams and the magic of hope. In a small town nestled among rolling hills, there lived a boy with an extraordinary gift. He could run faster than anyone else, his feet barely touching the ground as he flew across fields and meadows. The boy dreamed of racing the wind itself, imagining the thrill of matching nature's swiftness. One day, filled with determination, he climbed the tallest hill overlooking his village. As he reached the summit, a strong gust blew, rustling the grass around him. Without hesitation, he took off running, his heart pounding with excitement. To his amazement, the wind seemed to carry him, lifting his feet and propelling him forward. He soared across the countryside, feeling as if he had wings. The villagers watched in awe, cheering and calling out, "Look at the winds, child." From that day on, the boy understood that dreams are meant to be chased, no matter how impossible they may seem. He had raced the wind and found his true calling,